Your speakers might sound good today, but with the right stands, they can sound incredible. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which stand will unlock the best performance for your setup. In this video, the goal is simple. Count down 5 of the best speaker stands you can get right now so you can match the right stand to your space, budget, and speakers. Along the way, there will be honest impressions, including a few drawbacks on the lower-ranked options, and why the top stands genuinely feel like upgrades, not just accessories. Number 5. Perlegear Speaker Stand Pair. The Perlegear, a solid entry-level option aimed at small bookshelf and satellite speakers. The standout feature when setting these up is the adjustable height range, roughly from about 21 inches up to around 38 inches, which makes it easy to line your tweeters up with ear level, whether you're on a couch or at a desk. The round base, around 10.6 inches in diameter, gives them a slightly more compact footprint than some square base stands, which helps if you're squeezing them between furniture or into a tight living room layout. With a weight capacity in the 5 to 11 pound range depending on the exact variant, they're clearly built for small satellites, rear surrounds, or compact bookshelves rather than heavy monitors. In day-to-day use, what stands out is how quick they are to work with if you're experimenting with speaker positions. The column design and included hardware make it pretty straightforward to mount or simply place speakers on top. So if you're still fine-tuning your room, these are easy to nudge around and adjust. Once the height is dialed in, imaging improves noticeably compared with placing the same speakers on a TV console. You get a more coherent center image and better sense of depth in movie soundtracks. There is also basic cable management through the support column, which makes it possible to hide most of the wire and clean up the look of a budget home theater. Number 4. SANUS Speaker Stands Pair. The SANUS, which is one of the best-selling models in this category, and a step up in refinement from many entry-level options. These stands offer a height range from 28 to 38 inches, giving you enough flexibility to match most seating positions while keeping the speaker at ear level for better stereo imaging. They're built from heavy-gauge steel with an offset pillar, which doesn't just look more premium. It also helps with rigidity and overall sound quality by reducing unwanted vibrations. Each stand is rated to hold up to 3.5 pounds, which is ideal for small satellite or compact bookshelf speakers often used for surround channels. One of the most impressive aspects is the universal mounting system. SANUS includes a flat-top plate, L-shaped brackets, and a keyhole adapter, so whether your speakers have threaded inserts, keyhole slots, or just need to sit on a platform, you can find a way to secure them. In practice, that means you can rotate these through different speakers over the years without needing to replace the stands. The integrated wire channel in the pillar, combined with included Velcro straps, makes cable management much cleaner than on cheaper stands where wires simply dangle off the back. Stability is noticeably better here compared with basic budget stands, thanks to the heavier steel construction and the included rubber feet and carpet spikes. On hard floors, the rubber pads help grip the surface and reduce vibrations, while on carpet, the spikes let the base bite in and lock the stand in place. 3. MOUNTUP Universal Speaker Stands Pair. The MOUNTUP feel like a big leap toward more serious hardware, especially if you're using larger bookshelf speakers. These stands come in at a fixed height of about 31 inches, which is ideal for getting rear surrounds or front bookshelves closer to ear level in a typical living room. The top plate is a generous 9.8 by 9.8 inches, which gives you a lot more real estate to safely support chunkier speakers without overhang. Rated to hold up to 22 pounds per stand, they are built with heavy-duty alloy steel and a thick tempered glass base, which inspires a lot more confidence than lighter hollow stands. When setting them up, that combination of steel column and glass base immediately gives a more premium, furniture-grade feel. The 11.8-inch square base spreads the weight out nicely, so even with heavier speakers on top, the stands feel planted on both hard floors and carpet. MOUNTUP includes rubber foot pads for wood or tile and metal spikes for carpet, so you can optimize for grip and isolation depending on your room. In listening, the extra mass pays off with tighter bass and less ringing or wobble when the volume is cranked, especially with speakers closer to that 20-pound mark. Compatibility is another strong point. The large top plate and included anti-slip pads let you pair these stands with speakers from brands like SANUS, Klipsch, Samsung, Sony, Bose, Yamaha, Edifier, Vizio, Polk, and more without needing special brackets. 2. ELIVED Universal Speaker Stand Pair. The ELIVED stand pair builds on the strengths of the MOUNTUP design with an emphasis on wide compatibility and serious load capacity. These stands are also around 31 inches tall, a proven sweet spot for many bookshelf and surround setups in typical living rooms. Where they stand out is the ability to support larger speakers up to about 22 pounds each, putting them firmly into the territory of full-size bookshelves and heavier surround speakers. The ELIVED stands are designed as true universal supports for a wide variety of speakers from brands like Sony, Yamaha, Edifier, Polk, and others. The top plate and platform are large enough to comfortably seat bulkier enclosures without feeling like you're pushing the edge of stability. Paired with a robust base and strong steel construction, they feel reassuring when you place heavier speakers on top. There's none of that "am I overloading this stand" anxiety that comes with flimsier designs. In use, the ELIVED pair delivers the kind of stability that lets your speakers disappear and your music or movies take center stage. There's minimal rocking, even when walking near them, or if bass-heavy scenes start shaking the room a bit. That solidity helps maintain stereo imaging and keeps vibrations from transferring into the floor, which can otherwise muddy up the sound. For anyone building a more serious 2-channel listening setup or a high-impact home theater, that confidence in the foundations of your speakers really matters. Number 1. PEGZONE Adjustable Height Speaker Stands. The PEGZONE stand out by combining true height adjustability, strong construction, and tailored compatibility with some of the most popular smart speakers on the market. These stands are specifically designed to be compatible with Sonos Era 300 and Era 100 speakers, and that focus pays off if you're running those in a stereo, surround, or Dolby Atmos setup. The height can be adjusted from about 26.9 inches all the way up to 42.6 inches, giving a much wider range than most stands and letting you perfectly dial in ear-level placement, whether you're seated low on a couch, higher on bar stools, or using them in a more flexible multi-purpose room. In real-world use, that adjustability is a game changer. For front stereo, you can lock the speakers just at ear height for precise imaging and a clear center image. For rears in a surround or Atmos configuration, you can nudge them higher so effects feel like they're floating around you rather than blasting into the back of your head. The ability to fine-tune height also helps if you move furniture or rearrange the room. Instead of living with a good enough fixed height, you simply tweak the stands and keep the soundstage optimized. PEGZONE also integrates cable management into the design, routing power and audio cables through the stand to keep everything clean and unobtrusive. That's particularly important with Sonos Era speakers, where people often place them in modern open spaces where exposed wiring can ruin the look. Final thought. That's all for today, folks.